believe this. Surely we can scrounge a few dollars for Grant Putnam.
I don't believe it either.
If you don't, we're gonna lose him.
Brian's right. Grant should be paid something for his services, even if it's just a token salary.
As I said before, Mr. Mayor, there is no room in the budget for even a token.
Well, what about the general fund? Pull some money out of there. What is it for, anyway?
Yeah, I suppose I could tap into that if I had to.
Well, then do it. I want Grant Putnam to get some money right now.
That's impossible.
Why?
Well, any transfer of funds takes 30, maybe 60 days.
What? Why does it take so long?
It's a question of priorities. The general fund was designed for emergencies.
Well, what the hell do you call this?
The general fund is for problems like legal fees, debts, and so forth. Now, I won't deplete it. Not without knowing there is more money on the way, and it'll be a minimum of 30 days before we can expect any additional income to be allocated to the fund.
Great.
And even then, we can't be sure that other, more pressing needs won't surface.
Well, that's a chance we'll have to take.
I'm not prepared to do that.
I'm not asking you to do it, Kurt. If it relieves your conscience, call it an order. But I want Grant Putnam to get a few bucks, and I want him to get it now.
Mr. Mayor, you appointed me as budget director. Now, if you don't like the way I do my job, you only have to ask for my resignation.
Look, let's don't fly off the handle here. Nobody wants your resignation.
Then don't usurp my authority. Not unless you want my job. Excuse me, folks.
And that brings our luncheon to a close. I'd like to thank Kay Kirkendall for her most interesting fashion update, and a very special thanks to Mrs. Luke Spencer for joining us today. Please come again, Mrs. Spencer.
As a matter of fact, I'll ask Holly, and we'll make it a threesome.
Great. I'd love to.
Okay, sometime after Christmas?
Fun. You know, speaking of shopping, I have most of mine to do yet.
Me too. I wish we could take some more time off.
Oh, wasn't this luncheon fun?
Oh, it was heavenly, but we have to get back to the hospital.
Yes.
We just have to do our shopping after work.
You know, I think I'll take a chance to go with you. As a matter of fact, I'd like to pick up an afternoon paper and check the job list.
Come along.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Girl, you enjoy it while you can.
Oh, I will.
All right. See you later.
Happy hunting.
Thank you.
Running late?
No, for one.
Maybe I can offer you a lift to your next command performance.
Oh, well, thank you, but one of the men from City Hall is going to meet me here later, so I think I'll just use this time to have a nervous breakdown.
Tough day, huh?
Yeah. I've been going since early this morning. How do you do it, Holly? I mean, what's your secret? You got any tips for me?
I don't really have a secret, except maybe the English habit of taking tea. Some people meditate, I sip. It's very relaxing. You might try it.
Well, I think I just might do that. Would you like to join me?
I'd be delighted to take tea with you, Mrs. Spencer.
What are we going to do? They tear our building down and we have nowhere to go.
It's not fair. I've lived there for 23 years. This is my home. You can't let them take it away from me.
I won't.
We can't afford to move. The crummiest hole in the wall costs $300 a month. Where are we going to come up with that kind of money?
I don't want you to worry about this. I will take care of it.
But how?
Well, your building was condemned at the end of my predecessor's administration.
Well, we knew you weren't to blame.
Thanks. I'm glad you know that. My building commissioner is very sympathetic to the problem. In fact, he's one of the biggest supporters of low-income housing around.
One of the few?
Yes, and that's why I've asked him to join us. He should be here soon, along with an independent contractor. I think that we should be able to work this out so that your building isn't condemned or destroyed. You've heard this before, I can see.
More than once.
Well, that's going to change. I promised you a fair shake during the campaign, and I'll do my damnedest to make sure you get it.
We believe you, Mayor Spencer.
We voted for you, didn't we?
I swore I'd never put my faith in another politician, but you've changed that.
Well, I appreciate that, and I will do nothing to violate that trust.
It's so good to have a man like you on our side.
Thanks. Oh, don't do that. Don't, here, please. Oh. You know, since I took office, I've had to make some enormous compromises, but I swear to you, this is one issue that I will not compromise on.
Thank you.
You know, I can't help wondering if all this running around, you know, the speeches and the pumping hands and the personal appearances is really worth it.
How do you mean?
If I felt like I was making a genuine contribution, it would be different. But I'm not. I'm a showpiece. I'm Exhibit A. I'm the afternoon's entertainment.
Well, then why put up with it?
I do it for Luke.
Well, there's your answer.
Is it yours? Are you doing this just for Robert?
That's partly why I do it, yes. But there's more to it than that.
Yeah, I know, because you said something about enjoying it earlier.
I do. I'm really content with my life at the moment. For the first time, I feel settled. It's as if everything that I've been through was designed to get me to this point. I'm precisely where I should be.
That's funny, because I feel like I should be any place but here. You know, something I've always dreamed about, traveling and seeing the world. And
Well, you know, there's a lot of ways to do that besides traveling. I wouldn't trade what I have here for anything, though. I'm just so thankful that I found Robert and poor Charles.
Well, the one thing I am sure of is Luke. He is my life, wherever we are. And it certainly seems that we're going to be here, at least for the next few years.
Well, for my sake, I'm very glad about that. I enjoy having you and Luke as friends.
I feel the same way about you and Robert.
I know what you're going through. And if I can do anything to help, just sing out.